Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I'm trying something a little different. I've seen people use like pencil or charcoal on the gel plate to leave a line image. I've never done it, so I thought I would give it a try. And okay, this is supposed to be an owl. It's like ears or whatever got a little crazy there. But I am using General's charcoal pencil to do this drawing. And then we're going to lay it on the gel plate. And I saw this lady, she didn't do the charcoal thing, but she kind of collaged pieces of paper onto the gel plate, and then when she pulled her print, it came with. So I thought I would combine that with this charcoal drawing. I was going to go more abstract with my owl than I did. I have a hard time like letting go of details. But yeah, his head. Before I started the drawing, I pulled a couple of prints with green paint on it just because I haven't pulled out my gel plate in a while. I wanted to pull a few prints, just make sure I was warmed up and doing okay. So now I've torn out pieces since it was green. I didn't even really plan it. I don't know, maybe it was subconscious. But I thought those would be great for leaves on the tree branch that he is sitting on. So I'm using matte medium. It's Liquitex matte medium to glue those basically onto the gel plate. Now, matte medium is just like paint without the color. And so it will lift off the gel plate just like paint will. So you don't have to worry about it like being permanent on your gel plate. It'll be fine. Anyways, so those things are, when you pull the final print, those will be on the surface. Like they'll be the first things you see. And I haven't done any retouching of my print after I pull it. So what you will see is the raw image, which could probably use a lot of attention. But it was just so fun and such a surprise when I pull it that I thought you'd enjoy seeing that at the end. Anyway, so this is a Sharpie, they call them creative markers. They're an acrylic paint pen. I really like them. These are the bullet tip. The person that influenced me, that I was watching, said that the bullet tip was the best one to get. But now I want the brush tip. I want both. And I want more colors. Sharpie, if you're listening, we all want more colors. We all love your paint pen and we want more colors. All right, pitch done. So I pulled out a brown gel print. It's, I don't know if it's called tortoise shell or turtle shell. It's a stencil from PM Artist Studio. I think Fran was the designer of that one. And I had another one. It was a gel print using another PM Artist Studio stencil, and I think it's Aqueous Effervescence Broken. It's been a while since I've used it and named it, so I'm trying to remember. But it's the broken pattern. It's not the perfect circles. Anyway, so I'm going to use that on the bird's talons and on his beak. Because it has some areas that are mostly yellow on that print. So, yeah. And the talons are kind of big because it's hard to cut smaller. So I just do 2 on each side. But the lines, there's 3. It's okay. It'll be fine. Just gluing them on there, and then we'll glue that branch on. Now I have learned, okay, so if you have small pieces of paper on there and you want to peek at your print and you don't have it on an acrylic plate, it's okay to lift it up. But if you have the long piece, like that long branch, if it gets disturbed and peeled from the plate, it will stay that way. So, what I'm putting down for the whites of his eyes, it's not actually white. It's a photocopy, and there's gel prints, and there's copies on both sides. So I know we're seeing brown, but it's kind of a grungy white on the other side. You'll see it when it pulls. It looks like it's dirty, but it was the actual print looked dirty. I didn't want perfectly white on there. I wanted something less than that. So, and I've cut out a few more pieces. Just, I thought I would put random feathers on his wings. Just trying to go with the kind of simplified, abstracty sort of thing, I guess. That's what I'm doing. And I'm smoothing out that matte medium. All right. So I decided I wanted to color my owl in. So I've got a little bit of parchment. I think it's probably Liquitex, and then just a craft paint in a brown shade, just to make a little mottled sort of effect for his chest feathers on the front of the owl. Trying not to get too much of the darker color, but I didn't want it just all the same. I guess I could have painted that area and then made marks with a texture tool. That would have worked too. But I'm just dabbing it on with my fingers. And I'm trying not to go over the part of his face, but I didn't want any gaps either, so. If I'd have thought about it, I probably should have done the face first, then laid these on, because that would have gone under his chin area. I don't know, do birds have chins? You know what I'm talking about, his head feathers. Anyway, those brown marks you won't even notice later because we already put down some of the lighter, so they'll just be in the background. And now I'm doing his head, and I mean, the charcoal marks out there, might as well put the feathers all the way out there. And just using a variation of that same brown and parchment. Then I remembered sometimes the owls look like they have feathers sticking out all the way around their eyes, so I put that in. Yeah, that should have happened first. But, you know, we live and learn. I'm putting his cheeks in. I guess they're his cheeks. All right, I decide I need to give him some more feathers for his wings. So I'm just going over it with a turquoisey color. I mixed a little bit of the parchment in there with it. Just so there's some variation. And I'm not doing anything really thick, though you could go a little thicker, but it's best to try and keep it thin if possible. It'll be easier to lift it later. All right. So I looked at my color wheel because I wanted the owl to really stand out. So I looked at my color wheel, and like the opposite of turquoise is sort of a yellowy orange. So I decided to go for the yellow-orange color and then a red color, and I figured I'd blend them, sort of make it more orangey. And then where his head is, that's brown, I didn't want that to be orange, so I have a dark phthalo turquoise that I'm going to put up there. And I just made marks with a homemade foam stamp. I just cut out some fun foam into oval shapes and glued them onto a piece of cardboard. That's all that was. I think I stamp it once I get the blue on here too. But yeah, I'll put it in there, blend it down a little bit, and then we'll just stamp all over it just to give the background a little bit of texture. And I'm hurrying and putting a little bit, this is cardstock, putting it down, and I set just a book on it. I don't think it really needs it, but I just wanted to be safe to make sure there was good contact. So I do that. And now I'm breaking the seal. I'm cracking the edges, getting it. I go to lift, and it's like wanting to pull away from the paper, so I turn it over. And yeah, isn't that crazy looking? And I'm just going along so that it doesn't peel away from the paper. And there it is, the owl. Isn't he crazy looking? Oh my gosh, I think he's so funny. I just laughed when I saw him. Anyway, I still have residue on there. I pulled a few prints, and that took care of that. Anyways, here's my owl. What do you think? Such a fun way to use the gel plate. I'm definitely going to be doing some more of those. I'd call them like a Chincolet gel print. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you liked that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.